on to the next bout of the evening. The boxing RECC English title. Thomas Akyire just headed to the cage from Rebels.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner, Miles!
And his opponent representing Revolution, Miles. I believe it was RECC 7 when Mark Miles won this title. And here he is at RECC 9 defending it. And walking out some classic ACDs, so good for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this boxing match is set for 5 rounds of 2 minutes, and it's for the RECC English title. Introducing first, the man fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he's representing Rebels Gym. He is Thomas Akyire. And introducing the man fighting out of the red corner. He's representing Revolution Gym. He is Thomas Akyire.
And so we are on to the RECC English title. Your champion, Mark Miles, is fighting Thomas Akyire, representing Rebels. Thomas Akyire in the white and gold, Mark the Machine in the red and black. Five 2-minute rounds this one. One of the longest fights that we've had all evening. Classic orthodox versus southpaw. Mark the Machine coming out in that southpaw and looking to make it work for him. Great head movement, but Akyire's relentless with his punches, but Machine managed to just avoid the majority of them. He's just out of range. Mark Miles feinting quite well there and then catching him on the jab. Oh, but this time, Thomas Akyire is quite successful with catching Mark Miles. Oh, that's a really lovely hook that he's caught him with there. Akyire throws one right back though. Mark the Machine looking to exploit that southpaw stance. Switches back to orthodox for a second and goes back. Oh, just catches him right at the end of that hook.
Nice little hooks on the side there.
Miles just digged a bunch into the stomach.
Machine. And again, you know.
Yeah.
We've seen him fight on the Revolution Elite Combat Championship before, obviously.
Indeed, we caught him here winning his title, didn't we?
Yeah, and win with those aggressive hooks.
Thomas Akyire's a little bit trapped at the minute. Tries to use some movement to get away.
Oh, it looks like...
Did Miles' legs buckle then? I couldn't see.
It looked like he might have made Miles' legs buckle a little bit there.
Strong jabs traded. And the double jab and the body shot after.
Thomas Akyire's nice right hand there.
Akyire's starting to find his range. Yeah, really starting to find his range.
Yes. It's like Akey's really back in this fight now.
Quite a round of 2 halves there. Mark Miles seems to take the first half of that. Thomas Akyire took the second half. That was a very, very, very close bout. You can see Thomas Akey's corner saying there's a lot more of this cage than where you are stood. Move more.
Yeah, create some movement, create some angles. Right, Mark the Machine Miles. We know he's an aggressive fighter. We've seen him being an aggressive fighter. He's a high output fighter. What would you be saying? What do you think his corner is saying to him now? Because I think he's shown a really good account of himself in this round.
He's been caught well,
but he's been caught a few times.
For the first half of this round, the Machine was avoiding punches. He was staying out of range, and then he got drawn into this firefight with Akyire. And as he got drawn into the firefight, that's when he started to get caught. So I think his corner's telling him, you know, don't get sucked in. Don't get sucked in.
Remain disciplined.
Remain disciplined.
Keep the output there.
Yeah.
Keep the aggression there, but disciplined. Disciplined aggression, not mindless aggression. Not saying he's being mindless, but just to use it as an example. Both fighters using the feints there. Akyire with that right hand. He's really finding a home for that against the southpaw Machine there. And again. It'd be interesting to see.
Miles fires back with 2 shots to the stomach.
Yeah, it's interesting to see if Akey's been training with some southpaws in the lead up to this event. Most likely, always. And again with his right hand. It's just catching on the end. It's catching the Machine right on the end of there. Miles just getting him right. And again, right there. Yep. Catching Miles.
Miles is trying to use his
really
head movement, but he's just not quick enough with it.
But the thing is, when you use the same head movement you use against an orthodox fight, you actually duck into the punch. Because you've got like a predisposition in your brain from doing thousands of hours of boxing orthodox fighters. Yeah.
As Akyire was moving then as well, he just switched stance for a second and then jumped straight back into orthodox.
We'll see Miles move his man against the cage here. Oof. Oh, a lovely right hook there from Akyire. Well, the Machine digging into the midsection.
Nice dirty boxing there.
Now these midsection punches, well, they don't look so hard. They do accumulate over time. They're hitting the same spot 10 times, hitting the same spot 100 times. It starts to add up. Now Akey's really catching his man here. Akey's really catching his man standing here.
Yeah.
Looks like Miles looks like he's bleeding from the mouth.
Now.
I think Miles. Whoa, brilliant, brilliant evasion skills there. Ducked underneath. Round the back of Akyire, spun him off, and then Miles with the right hand of his own.
Miles trying hard to employ some dirty boxing there, grabbing the collar tie and dropping some hooks. To me, Akey's turned it up in this second round.
Yeah, brilliant round that for both fighters. I think Akyire might have took it on the scorecards from me, but I see Mark the Machine Miles. He's kind of coming into his own rhythm a little bit more. Again, I still think Akey's just that one step ahead, just that one step ahead, which is kind of strange to see because sometimes you usually expect the southpaw to move more like a southpaw, but it's almost different. Akey's fighting like the southpaw. But Mark the Machine's trying to adjust to him. You know what I mean? It's almost like Miles is trying to adjust to Akyire, and it's a good dynamic to see as commentators, obviously as fans. It must be difficult while you're in there. But he's playing out for a good fight, making a good storyline for this scrap.
Seconds out. Round 3.
Really vicious jab there from Akyire.
I think Akyire just looks a little bit sharper in this matchup. Looks a little bit more switched on. Oh, brilliant right. And there you see what he's doing there as well. He's landing and then he's moving out of the way. He's fading.
He's landing.
He's
chipping back.
He's moving, chipping back out of the way. That's what I like to see. I think what we're seeing sometimes with Miles is landing and staying inside. Yeah, that's fine if you're working, but don't want to overstay your welcome. He's got Akyire pushed against the cage here.
Mark Miles is finding quite a lot of success in that area.
He's turning it into a scrap, basically. He's taking it from a pure technical boxing match into a scrap, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's part of fighting. That's how you fight sometimes.
That is a way to win.
And that's how you box sometimes. It's just, I think Akyire's catching him a little bit on the outside while he's coming in, and he's scoring well. Lovely uppercut there.
Really nice, and then a nice hook on the break. That clash of heads. Oh, Miles lands a really, really nice short hook there.
He's looking good on the inside, it's Miles.
Oh.
I just think Akyire's catching him here in this range here, in this no man's land. Akyiре got caught on the chin then. You see he's just dropped his chin down. He almost got like reminded. Chin down, hands up.
Ooh.
Both wading in with punches here.
Akyire lands some lovely shots at length.
Now let's not forget, guys, this is for the RECC English title, and there is 5 2-minute rounds. Not 3, not 4, 5. So
We're
it's all about
through the third now.
It's all about whether these guys can keep this pace up. Yeah, we're approximately halfway through the fight, probably just a little bit later. Can they keep the pace up for the 5 rounds?
10 seconds.
So just over the halfway mark of this fight. I wouldn't say that Thomas Akyire was in control, but I'd say he was in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I think it's a close round. Looked like the machine came back a little bit more in that round, did a bit more of himself, but for me, I think Akyire still took that one on the scorecards. A little bit sharper, a little bit shot catching Miles on the end of the punch. Miles on the end of his punches. But then what we're seeing from the machine is once he's inside, he is unloading. He is getting Akyire with those like powerful body shots. Sometimes it depends how the judges are looking at that. Depends what their experience is in boxing, what sort of background they're in, what they're looking for. They're looking for pit-pat shots, they're looking for cumulative damage. We don't know, we're not judges, we're here to commentate.
Yeah, we're just going to tell you what we see.
We just say what we see. And if we see it, we say it. If you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I'm with you. Tell you why I've seen some great fights. This one, no exception.
We have a ring girl in the fight. We have a ring girl in the fight.
Why was the ring girl still in the ring? That was funny. Imagine if she
tag team partner.
Yeah. The ref and Thomas Akyire versus the ring girl and Mark Miles.
He looks to be a lot more relaxed fighter in this matchup.
I think so too, yeah.
I don't know if it's just his style, because he's kind of loose.
There's a little bit of blood on the nose of Mark Miles there.
Yeah, he looks like he's been bleeding from the nose there.
Yeah.
See, that might affect his breathing going into this 4th and 5th round. Still got Akyire standing there with his chin in the air though, and Miles just caught it there with a left hook of his own.
Can't really tell if it's a bleeding nose or a split lip, but it's definitely blood.
It doesn't seem to be affecting his breathing too much because he's still got a lot of high output
Miles
there.
catches a really nice right hook there though. Akyire just holds on.
Looks like you've got Miles leaning against his man there on the cage as well. Must be wearing on Akyire. Nice body up there for Miles. See, this is where he needs Akyire. He needs to turn this into a bit of a dogfight here. But that looked like a big up there from Akyire on the body.
It did. Oh, and then like one to the chin.
Almost folding Miles in half a little bit.
Oh! A slip. I think he shoulder barged into him.
If that were Muay Thai, I'd be scoring that highly, but it's not.
Oh, Akyire comes in with a big hook to the body.
10 seconds.
Load of
got him in a horrible position.
Throwing from his hips. Look at that. Big punches, hard punches. Is he going to be safe? Looks like Mark might have been saved by the bell there. Now
absolutely.
This is the first time I've seen Akyire breathing heavy. His corner says stand still, let's have a word. Now, Mark the Machine Miles looks for his corner, he's breathing deeply. Looks like he might have been saved on the bell there. If you're
one hell of a finish to a round. One hell of a finish to a round.
If you're Neil and Rob in the corner there with the machine, what are you telling him?
I'm telling him to survive. Hold tight, breathe deep. Listen, you lose. I don't know who's in control of this fight. I'm not a judge. I'm not going to say you're losing, but what I am going to say is you need to win the fight. You need to knock him out.
It looks like Neil's calling the fight. Oh wait, no, he was just saying that it's round 5. Oh no, he is. It looks like he might have split his lip, so.
It is his lip. It wasn't under his nose, it was on the lip. It's wise to not fight on through that.
Yes.
And your winner and new RECC English title holder, Thomas Akyire.
You know what? Well deserved as well.
Well deserved.
Good display for both guys. But what we saw from Akyire was he's just a little bit more in control. You know, he just managed to keep the machine on the end of his. Akyire just kept him on the end of his punches.
Yeah.
Big snap 1-2, and again he fought the southpaw like a southpaw.
Yeah, he did.
You know what? Brilliant fight. I think Coach Neil has made a good decision in the corner there to look after his fighter.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, live to fight another day.
Yeah, that is some serious damage to that lip there.
Professor Byron Cox in the corner. Delete that.
I was trying to place him.
Yeah. It's half Ian Brown from Stone Roses and half Brian Cox.
Your winner, and new RECC English champion from Rosedale, Thomas Akyire.
So, your RECC English champion, Thomas Akyire.
You know what? That was really a great fight to watch, one of the best fights of the night.
Very technical.
It was tooth and nail as well each way. I just think Thomas managed to, at the end of that 4th round, just back his man up against the fence and unload. Just literally, I think he knew they got 10 seconds left. He had to. It is not that he had to go for broke. He just had to make something happen.